got a new little deal here. Is that so they can't throw anything at us on the way in? Or, we don't want anybody to. We get that a lot, the Akron Zips. So. Eastern Michigan presents a lot of problems. They've got a lot of explosive type players. They're athletic, and we missed some around the rim early in the game, I thought, which I was proud of the fact that we rallied ourselves after a rough start, really. We missed a lot of easy ones around the rim early that could have affected us, but we didn't let it affect us.
Reminder to raise your hands for questions. We'll get the microphone to you. We'll take questions now for Isaiah and also for Josh.
We got a water or anything? A little parched.
Hey, Josh, in your mind, that 19-second sequence, Big Dog's 2 free throws, Ivy steal, then you're stealing a drop 3. Is that the difference in the game? Change the momentum or what?
I wouldn't say that that's the biggest difference, but it sure was a momentum change for us. I don't know. I think in the timeouts, just us talking to each other and keeping high spirits was the biggest difference. Everybody can't see the inside, but the inside is what makes the outside so much prettier. And so I think that us in the timeouts made it a lot better, and then it corresponded to the court.
The circle play underneath the basket, the drop the ball into the big man and go. It looked like it was there all day, and I never want to say you made it look easy because I know it's not easy, Big Dog. But did you feel like that play was there if your teammates got the ball to you at the right place on the block?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat
Did you feel like that play was there if your teammates got the ball to you on the block? And I hesitate to ever say you made it look easy because I know it's not easy. I'm talking about the drop pass into the post and then you going to the basket.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was easy, no. Just trying to play off Eastern and just really just trying to make the right play, like whatever that may be.
Question for either you, Isaiah, or Josh. How did you find the intestinal fortitude at the start with the shower of power that Thompson made? I think we made 7 rebounds and all 11 of Eastern's points in the first 5.5 minutes, and then you really shut them down defensively. Can you talk about that?
What's a shower of power? You can tell you've written for a while. Jeez. Go ahead, Josh. You can have that.
I think he just came out excited and hyped. He's playing against as far as the bigs go, he's playing against the MAC Player of the Year, and everybody wants to give us their best shot. So eventually we knew he would wear off and our big would end up doing what he's capable of doing and has done throughout the year. So I think he just came out overly excited, and then he came back to reality towards the second half.
Any further questions for Isaiah or for Josh?
What's been the difference defensively? I think you shot or held them under 40% this game. Against Kent, you held them to 33%. And 2 of the best defensive efforts of the year out of you guys. What's been the difference these past 2 games, especially this one?
You asking me?
I'm asking either one.
Well, go ahead.
Just coming out more focused. Just coming out and just giving our all 100%. I want to say like with 6 games left, like the coach brought us all together and told us that we got to be the best defensive team in the league from here on out. And I think we all just took that to heart and just come out there and just give our all.
All right, we'll let our students head back to the locker room. We'll continue now for questions for Coach Dan Brock.
See, he's mad at me. He left. I made fun of him. See how you media people are? You know I love you, man.
How do you view that 19-second sequence, the free throws, the 2 steals?
Well, if you know a lot about this game, right, it usually comes down to the teams that get the most spurts and the biggest spurt. And We were hanging around, they were hanging around, and we couldn't quite shake them. We had chances. We missed, if you notice, we missed some open shots that could have busted it open early, and we didn't make, which now becomes a dangerous situation, right, because they're still hanging around. But then we went boom, 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 and that's the game. And that's really what happens in sports. You have to make sure that you get more spurts than the others.
Keith, I know you're going to say you're only part of the way to where you want to get, but 12 straight years in the finals, semifinals, that's nothing to sneeze at. I doubt if that's been done many places anywhere in the country in a conference as good as the MAC. Can you talk about that? I mean, what it takes, I mean, that's what, probably 5 different teams, essentially, to, 12 years in a row.
It's hard, and I'll tell you, because of the kind of year we had, kind of a weird year, and I'm in my 13th season, so I'm a nutty, superstitious baseball player. I'm thinking, we win at Kent, we win at Buffalo, we win the most road games ever, we played good at Creighton and Gonzaga, we lose at home to 2 teams normally we don't lose to, right? I'm thinking, oh boy, this might be the year that, the solar eclipse happens and we get beaten this. So what you do is you try not to put pressure on yourself. All we can do is prepare ourselves to play the best we can, and if the ball doesn't go in the basket or we don't play very well, what can you do? I mean, so I'm proud that we've been able to do that. I think it's really hard. I think people have no idea. I don't know if many teams around the country can say that. It'd be an interesting research project. But the key to this is not getting to the semifinals or the finals. It's winning the finals. And, that's the other thing is I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it over and over again. You can have a good team in this league every year, right? Every single year you could be on the cusp of being the best team in the league and not win the tournament. I mean, all you got to do is look at the history. There's some teams that haven't been to the tournament since 1980. Think about that with some good teams. So all you can do is try to do the best you can and hope that you play 3 good games. I did a great job of resting Big Dog tonight for the semifinal and the final. He played 37 minutes. That's really smart, but I didn't have any choice.
Keith, if there's anything that's been missing, it's been like the NCAA tournament. Do you think about that? I mean, your best team you lost your point guard. We all know that here, but nationally probably people don't know about Akron as they should. Is that kind of the next step for the program?
Well, but I think coaches around the country know. I don't think the fan base know how good a program we have. I refuse to put that kind of pressure on myself because there's a lot of great coaches like Rick Byrd at Belmont that has never won an NCAA tournament game. Bob Huggins never won an NCAA tournament game at Akron. I think he's a pretty good coach. I mean, it's hard. First off, it's really hard to get there. It's super hard to get there. And I felt like we had a couple opportunities to win. I thought when we played Notre Dame, we had a pretty good opportunity. We didn't shoot the ball very well. And Gonzaga, we were probably a little overmatched, but we played a good game at Gonzaga. And then the best team we had, Bud, you're absolutely right, is that team with Abreu. That team could have won. So this team here is capable of playing up. It's just whether we can get there or not. We have enough. I mean, I think if we don't talk about it, nobody's asked me the question, but our point guard play is stellar right now. That guy's playing unbelievable basketball. I mean, he's playing as good as any point guard in America for winning games. And so we got that. We've got good shooting ability. We've got good inside interior play. We just have to get there. I mean, and it ain't going to be easy because this team's got a lot of good teams, and we're going to have to play really well to win this thing. But very good question. So to answer your question a roundabout way, yeah, it bothers me because I'm competitive. But if I didn't care about it, then I wouldn't be worth my weight, really.